Around Constantine in my old Lexus. Few blows in that AP. No Peterson, G-Wagon, and we AD. No weekend, so we going to see my essay home. Take it hit and feel like Cameron, oh.
So you on mic one. Okay.
That's my, it's Kush, how you like? Now we back on the west side highway,
Academy.
S5, purple clouds,
Harlem Village Academy. Yeah, Harlem Village Academy.
And my Benz truck beating like it's Best Buy.
Okay, very cool.
She just wanna sing for me. She ain't got good love, so she want that. She want that. Sing for me.
Remember those things Katie said? I can pull up those things. Katie wanted to.
Oh yeah, what do you want to talk about, man? That's cool.
She just wanted to make sure that I get out the word about the Capitol tomorrow, the bus thing.
Okay, yeah, she did send me that.
The bus thing, that thing, and the state legislature thing. Maybe I can.
So our website is down, but just going to our Ustream, so I'm saving it on there. So. Got the flyer. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it right here. Ready to rock and roll?
Anything I need to know to do to get too far?
No, you should be. Yeah, right here is cool. Yes, Omaha Rock. He's technical difficulty. That's why we love. That's why we love live radio. You got a good signal over there. All right, cool. We got a very special guest in the house. He's come all the way from New York City, even though he's part of Nebraska territory, family, and all that stuff. I want to welcome back Jason Epting.
Thank you for having me. Back home.
So, I mean, when was the last time you went back up to Nebraska?
I actually come back once a year, either twice a year. I have children who live here too.
Okay.
I have a son who's 17 and a daughter who's 16, so we see them often. But I still have family here, but I try to get back as often as I can.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I think he's on mic 4. I mean, so you get chance to go home to visit family.
Yes.
I mean, but this time you come to do a little business and a little pleasure.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, a friend of mine, Kelly Amos, who I shot a movie with not too long ago called Teached. We connected in New York. She was shooting that movie, and we connected with each other, and just so happened to know we're both from Nebraska. And from that conversation and that relationship spawned a lot of talk about Omaha and some of the different things that are going on here. So I felt very compelled to come and tell about my experiences in New York City and the work we're doing with our kids.
Now, you specifically, I'm on mic 2. You specifically, I mean, tell a little bit about your background, because I know we heard a lot about the Harlem Village Academies, but how did you come to? I mean, you look like a young man. I was expecting someone like my age with some gray coming in here. But tell me just tell me a little bit of background as far as your transition from Nebraska to where you're at right now.
Well, I actually went to high school here in Nebraska. I went to North Platte High School. My dad was transferred from the railroad early in his career. So I grew up in Chicago and moved here when I was about in 6th grade. And then after that, that was a huge culture shock for me going to south side of Chicago to Nebraska. But through some of those struggles and those challenges, I learned a lot about myself and a lot about what I was put on this world to do. So I ended up playing basketball a lot and ended up playing basketball at Mid-Plains Community College, and also went to UNK to graduate with the elementary education degree and a physical education degree, and then actually taught up here in Omaha in this area in Papillion and in Council Bluffs, teaching elementary kids, and that was very rewarding to me, and I just continued that, and now I went up to New York chasing a Nebraska girl that I met here, that I dated before, and so I chased her up there, and good things worked out. I got her, and now we have 3 beautiful children together, and I also have a job of my dreams too.
Okay, cool. It sounds great, man. But I mean, now, so you chased the young lady to New York,
Got her. Yeah.
all the way to Harlem,
Yeah.
like the Harlem Renaissance.
Yes.
So after you got her, I mean, would you just start applying for jobs or what? I mean,
Well, because I was already certified to teach, and I knew that was one of my talents and gifts. As soon as I moved to New York, the first job I got was as a college teacher, Touro College, teaching childhood development 1, 2, and 3, and literacy and education. I'm very passionate. I've always been very passionate about education. I knew from an early age that I was going to be a teacher.
Right.
I opened a basketball reading camp with kids, and all of our basketball players came and read to kindergartners. And there was this teacher that said, "Hey, I can tell you're going to be a teacher," and I kind of knew that she was right. So from that point on, from 16 on, I kind of knew, what my craft was going to be.
right. Now, how long have you been with the Harlem Village Academies?
I've been with Harlem Village Academies for 7 years. I started off as a physical education and social studies and science teacher. I got to build an athletic program from scratch, and after about 3 years, I was promoted to dean of students of the high school, and then I was also dean of students at our middle school, and just through the graces of God, I just became the principal 3 years ago.
Okay. Now is this the famous district that we hear about that's not only educating our children but also has cleaned up the neighborhoods around the school also?
Well, there's a lot of high-performing charter schools in New York. There's a KIPP district, there's Democracy Preps, there's Uncommon School district. So it's a joint effort. We don't block each other out. All of us are doing these good causes. And what we've seen is there has been a lot of changes in a lot of neighborhoods. Harlem has actually become a lot more cleaned up. There's a lot of different issues for that. Gentrification is one of them,
right.
And money is another thing. But what you're seeing is people are taking ownership of their own communities because education has changed the way that people view themselves and how they view their futures.
How many kids do you guys have in your school, and what's the grade levels?
Right. At my school currently, I have 281 students. They're 5th through 8th graders. We have in our network, we have 2 middle schools, and they're about the same size. We have 2 elementary schools that go K-1. We just started 2 years ago. And then we also have a high school that funnels both of those students into the high school, and there's about 500 kids approximately in our high school. So we have it goes all the way from K all the way to 12.
Okay, K to 12.
And
now,
we track we have 3 graduating classes of graduates from our school, and we track them, and they're in our alumni program as well.
Okay. Now, how long have your school been in existence?
Our school has been in existence 8 years. This is our 10th year in our organization's existence.
Now, you guys are a charter school, correct?
Yes, we're a charter school.
How long have charter schools been in New York, and how have they compared versus public schools?
Right. Well, charter schools have been around for, I would say, anywhere from 15 to 20 years. And throughout those times, we've had some really good charters and we have some bad ones. But the ones that I've been acquainted with have been really high-performing charter schools. And in most cases, we do outperform the public schools by huge margins.
Is that based on curriculum? Is that based on more one-on-one attention per student, per teacher, or is it just based off of the extra negative stimuli? It's not in that environment.
Well, I think it's a play on a lot of different things. So a charter school has this autonomy to create the environment they want. When you have a public school system, sometimes you're kind of you got your hands tied because of bureaucracy, and it's a one-size-fit-all model. But what we found out about our kids and about different people of success is that you need something tailored to you in order for you to be successful. Also, you have to have all the ingredients possible to make this worthwhile. And what we've done and what we've created, and a lot of people have done across the country, is first of all, believe that children can actually learn. Believe that I don't care what your circumstances are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care what your daddy did. I don't care what your mommy did. I don't care what cycles of poverty you had. You are created for a purpose. You're destined for greatness. And if you believe that and everybody else around you believe that, then that kid starts to believe that. And if they're hearing that every single day, I mean, they walk through the door every single day. I shake their hand every day, and I say, what's your destiny? They say, oh, to graduate from college. I say, no, keep walking. And then the next day comes like, what do you mean? That's not my destiny. No, your destiny is greatness. You're going to be great in college. You're going to be a great father. You're going to be a great husband. You're going to be great this. You're going to be great that. When they hear those kind of messages, that's the empowering people beyond their circumstances.
Interesting. Because I strongly believe whatever man thinketh, so is he. And
Absolutely.
If you plant those seeds, then of course they're going to believe them.
But look at the opposite side. We have people saying that our kids cannot.
Right.
And and if that is the view of our leaders, then that's going to be the view of the teachers. That's going to be the view of the parents, and then ultimately it's going to affect our kids because they're going to believe that too, and that's inappropriate.
Now, what's the makeup of your students, as far as male, female, as well as culture wise?
We have about 50-50. It's 50% girls, 50% boys, 100% black and Latino, about 90% black. 10% Latino at my school. Our other schools are more 70% black, 30% Latino. And then we do have like a lot of people from like the Caribbean nations and those different places.
Are the teachers, where are the teachers from?
That they vary from a lot of different places. Some come from Texas. Some come from in New York. Some come from Houston. So we really strive to make sure that we have a very diverse population of teachers as well, so they can see what the world looks like, and that you can learn from anyone as well. Right.
Good examples. I like that because if you look at the paradigm of public schools, you have more Anglo women teaching.
Yes.
And then you can see the scores going down as you look through history. I just substitute teach myself, so and I know that environment of not being culturalized. It also plays a key role in, like you said, in a child's development. Also, public schools to me is the first institution where you learned failure. Do you guys teach failure?
Well, I think by the time our kids get to us in 5th grade, they've seen failure enough. I mean, they have seen it. They've seen, if you hear something like, you can go through my phone, and you can probably just touch a button, and somebody want to tell you their testimony and their story and what their public school life was like and how they're probably socially promoted without even having to really prove that they knew what they were doing. It's really sad because that's what happens a lot in New York, period, is like a lot of our young African-American brothers and sisters are pushed on, socially promoted, but even if they do graduate from high school, they're not marketable in college. They can't do the work because a lot of them we found that can't even read. They just can't read.
Now, who's to blame? Mama, daddy, or principal, teacher?
Well, to be honest with you, I think that education is every student's birthright, and I think that and not just an education, but a quality education. So I'm not putting blame on anyone, but I will say that there's circumstances and influences that, from everybody's point of view, if a child's not making it, we need to make sure that we're doing everything possible for that child to be marketable in this American society we have.
And I just want to let everybody know that we are coming in live. I mean, we're doing a live show almost 12 o'clock midnight, but we make sure we have to get this information out. This brother came all the way from New York City. I do want to mention that they do have a bus ride leaving tomorrow morning, departing from Malcolm X Center, located at 3448 Evans Street. It leaves at 11 a.m., returns at 4 o'clock. Sack lunch will be provided. There's no other fees. You can get a bus ride down, and they're going to testify in front of the state capitol during the hearing before LB 972, which deals with the 2014 Independent Public School Bill, which means charter school bill.
Right. I encourage anybody to please come down. You can send a parent, you can send grandparents, anybody who's stakeholders in any of our kids' future. Our voices, our faces need to be seen, so that they're tying these comments and these thoughts to people and not to people that are impoverished. Or I want them to see faces of people, and I want them to actually look somebody in the face and say, "You can't learn because you're poor." I would love for someone to say that to somebody.
So you say our kids getting pushed on, even though they can't read. The teachers know it, the administrators know it.
Sad.
It has to be up to the parents. It has to be. It has to be up to those that say they love their children.
But here's the thing, like with parents, their hands are tied too. If they have no choices and they have to go to the zone school, that's if they live in this certain neighborhood, then they have to go to that school. Then what options do they have?
Right.
If you have an administration that's saying that I don't think these kids can learn, and you know you have to send your kid to that school, not everybody has money to go to a private school.
Right.
So I think that every stakeholder has to take their part in this. And the beauty behind having a charter school or an independent school is that you can get everybody on the same page. Parents can actually choose the place that they want to go. They go in and try to sign up for a lottery, which means that they went after it. It's not something that was given to them. It's something that they went after themselves. And there's a lot to be said for that, to taking over your own destiny and taking over the destiny for your own child. Because all I want, whether I'm a principal or what have you, I still want better for my child than I had. And
Right.
that's what I want for all of our kids in Nebraska.
Now you got the mic. I see President Obama over here. I know he supports charter schools, and
Yes.
and you listen to some news channels. I listen to all of them, and I'm not gonna give you credit because y'all listen to 1698 on the one.com right now. But why are you here? Is it because it's so tough to break that wall of that you bring in a new entity, a threat to our way of doing things?
To be honest with you, I'm just here to speak the truth. And it's funny that I'm from Nebraska, and I speak very highly of Nebraska. I'm a Husker fan. You can see right now I have my bands on. One of my homerooms at my school, we name every homeroom after a college. One of our doors is painted red with a big old N on it. Those kids are Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Right.
Like those are things I love about Nebraska. And if anybody in New York that knows me know how much I love the state and how it's changed my life. My mama still lives here. My children live here. So I have a very deep part in my heart for that. I didn't know what my purpose was going to be leaving to go to New York and what I would find. I just knew that I wanted to be with my soulmate. But I think that God blessed me with even more of what my purpose is, and it's coming full circle now, why exactly I went there and now why I'm back here today.
Interesting. Now, you said that you have control of your curriculum. To me, analyzing just the environment, it seems like technology is going to bring more riches than it seems like, especially here in Nebraska, we have. In Omaha, we got like 30% of our population works at social service agency.
Okay.
So we're not focused on manufacturing. We're not producing anything.
Okay.
Are you guys teaching like Xcode, computer application that can teach them to make apps? That's going to be the hit of it can make you a millionaire, billionaire overnight. Are you guys teaching technology like that, or are you teaching kind of the same curriculum that's in the public schools?
Actually, what I describe is there's a mixture of all of it. Right now, because our kids do come in behind, there's no doubt about it. We're bridging the gap of education. There is a gap between our kids and the kids that would be like in the Westchester, the more affluent areas. So the work that it's taking for us to get to being above and beyond takes a lot of foundational building, a lot of making sure that they know their basic facts, making sure they know the concepts of what we're doing. At our school, we have a very progressive approach where we are having our kids do a lot of heavy thinking. They're the analytical thinkers. They're doing most of the thinking instead of teachers just giving them to drill and kill and all that other stuff. We're trying to get them to be very, very marketable, so when they become part of teams and part of companies and organizations, that they're going to be the problem solvers. They're the ones who are going to have the tenacity to go through and make sure that things are being done well, but also done with perseverance. So, but because of our state tests, they're going to be computerized. So we're changing from paper pencil. So we do make sure we prepare our kids for that kind of stuff too by having technology available, and we have a lot of donors that give us with private funding. We're able to do a lot of special things for our kids.
Now, are you guys going to be able to um, benefit from Obama's E-rate program, in which they're trying to connect all the schools with internet throughout the country? Are charter schools going to be?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Some of this stuff with charter schools and slash public schools is up in the air.
Okay.
Right now in New York, what's going on is we have a new mayor, and because we've changed administrations, there is some thoughts of like, okay, will a charter school pay rent now? Because before we were co-located in schools, so my school is on the 4th floor of another public school, and we share that space together.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. So the charter schools don't have a separate building.
And not in most cases they don't, but we can buy a building if we wanted to and rent it out or what have you. But I'm very blessed that we get to co-locate with another school.
Man, so you guys go to school the same time as the public schools in the same building?
Well, because we're a charter, we have the autonomy to do what we want. We feel that children have to have more quality time in order to bridge the gap. So our kids actually go to school from 7:45 to 4:40.
Okay.
Every day, and the teachers are usually there from 6:30 to 7, 8 o'clock. I don't know.
Okay. So they put it in. They put it in.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that's if you're talking about what is going to be the difference between a great school and a good school, it's the teachers.
Right.
If the teachers believe, if they're highly qualified, if they have a leader that they believe in and is enthusiastic, and they all believe in it, I don't think there's anything they can't accomplish. So that's the life we're living right now.
What's the tomorrow night? Also, I just want to announce that Jason Epting is going to be at the Durham Museum talking about this same exact thing. So if you guys have any other specific questions that we don't go over at night, he's been up almost 24 hours. He's been up 21 hours.
Yes.
As of 5 minutes from now. So we see how we see the future.
Yes.
So we're going to keep him like another 5 minutes, and we're going to let him get out of here. But I do want to mention that doors open up at 6:30 tomorrow. He's also showing a short film that starts at 7 o'clock. It's free admission, and it's going to be talking about the charter school movement.
Yes.
So we want you guys to come out. It's only one night. It's tomorrow night, Uncharted Territory.
Yes.
A short film by Kelly, was it Amos?
Yeah, Kelly Amos.
And so we want you guys to come out there and just open your mind. If you have some questions about charter schools, this is the opportunity to participate and also to get educated.
Yes, this night is definitely designed more so for the people and the stakeholders involved in the success of our students and the success of our kids. So I'm not going to be, while I'm going to be talking tomorrow to the legislator, there's a specific message that I want to send at that time, but this is actually just so to get more knowledge out about what the options are and what choices there should be for people who feel that their kids aren't getting the quality education they deserve.
And again, you guys, if you have any transportation issues tomorrow, they're having a special hearing down in Unicameral. They're having a bus ride that will depart from Malcolm X Center, 3448 Evans, leaves at 11 o'clock, returns at 4 o'clock. Sack lunch will be provided. So anyone that wants to travel down to the state capitol tomorrow to participate in the hearing, LB 972, the charter school bill, then we'll love to have you there. Most times you just gotta show up. We got the man, the truth, the legend here. He came all the way from New York, Harlem, where my man Malcolm X ruled.
Yes.
Now he's back in his real hometown.
Like Malcolm X was born here, and I think it's fitting that he went to New York and did his purpose, and maybe I'm following in his footsteps. So.
Yeah, without a doubt. So we got the Jason Epting, came the principal of Harlem Village Academies of Harlem, New York City. Came all the way down here to educate us on the charter schools. Yes. He's been doing it for a while. He also have taught in public schools. So whom better to dialogue or even represent us on the state capitol level to advocate charter schools. Yes. And since we know that our children are being passed on, I think the 8th graders here in Omaha are last in math in the whole country.
Yes.
So
and reading almost last two,
Yeah.
alongside Alabama.
Right. So, reading and math. I mean, how are we going to pick up our future? And the reason why I asked you, whose responsibility is it? And the reason why I asked that because my mama cannot read. I got a picture with my mama with her mama in front of cotton fields. But my mama made sure I can read.
Yes.
So.
And what message does that send? That sends that education, there's no cycle of poverty that cannot be stopped without education. So I would love if someone could magically fix poverty, but that's not going to change behavior.
Right.
What's going to change behavior is education and knowledge. And those are the things that if we teach each other how to fish, then we can sustain our own communities. And one other thing that I wanted to say is that what I'm looking forward to, even though this is present now, 10 years from now, my students are going to come back to my school and want a job.
Right.
And I'm going to hire them because I'm going to prepare them so well that I would want them to work for me.
Right. I like that. That's what we're doing around here. We call it cultivation.
Yes.
Before we got so-called educated, we invented way many things, from the straightening cone to our shoes to the street lights. We did all that before we went to the institutions and got so-called educated. Now, some of us can master it. I'm blessed. I went to the institutions and mastered it. But some of us don't thrive in that environment, and that's why we need the different methodologies of educating.
Something that's tailored and designed exactly for us, and not one size fits all model. And the thing is, like, I don't think everyone has to go to college, but I do feel that in order for everyone to feel that they are getting the best out of their years where they have to go to school, that they should have culturally relevant curriculum. They should have curriculum that's designed to think about the young African American male who tends to be more kinesthetic than other people.
Right.
Instead of being called a behavior problem. So just making sure that it's intentional, the way that we're looking at things, and not just like, okay, well, these kids can't do this way because it's the old way. That's just not the way it should be.
And when he said kinetic, what that means is usually boys, and so I got my degree in behavioral science, which is psychology. Usually boys, especially African American boys, we are adventurous. We are explorers.
Yes, we love it.
So we can sit down for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
know
tell
my
mom.
Yeah, it's just natural.
My
in
poor
us.
mama.
I mean, we are the gods of the earth, so the gods of the earth have to go out, and they can't sit down and see all day.
You can't sit in your seat.
And then now you want to label them. Now you want to give them a ADA label, and now give them psychotropic drugs. So. These teachers know that. They know that. They know this. That we're kinetic learners. That we got to get up. We got to explore. We got to touch stuff. That's why we had recess.
Yes.
You know, recess was a big factor because we get to burn off all that extra energy. So, man, do you guys have recess?
Yeah, we have recess. I mean, my favorite time of the day is recess.
Y'all have lunch and all that, right? Y'all feed the kids?
We feed them.
Okay.
Well, and that's the other thing. 81% of our kids are free and reduced. And you'll hear tomorrow at the Capitol some of the gains that our kids have had. Like, all of our kids read 50 books each year, and they have to read it on their level and pass a quiz on that level. But what we found is kids read into the hundreds of books. Now, I don't know about you, but in my middle school years, I don't think I read 50 books altogether. But every single year, 50. So I have kids leaving my school reading 200-plus books, loving to read.
Man.
All of them 80% or higher in order to pass. Making sure that they're on a Fontes and Pinnell level, which is just their reading level. They have to be at a level Z by sixth grade, which most kids don't get to level Z ever. And a lot of kids in New York, the last time they see a graduation or anything is 8th grade, and our kids, that's just not what it's going to be. I expect them to get their bachelors, and a lot of them their masters, and maybe some their doctorates. So it should be good.
Okay, cool. You say you was a physical education teacher.
Yes.
So now
That's
you got a
awesome.
hoop team up there?
Yes, I started the program. We're real nice.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I got to say this because people should understand this. In New York, there is a lot of talented basketball players, but the thing that they lack is this work ethic, and they don't want to play defense. So when you bring a cat like me up there, to teach them the fundamentals of the game, how to treat their coach, how to be on time to games, because they lack that stuff. They don't just go to practice every day. They'll skip and not even call you. So I had to train my players, like, you have to be there 1 hour early. If you don't call me and tell me you're late, you don't play. I don't care how good you are.
Right.
Like that discipline, and then that bleeds into who they are as a person.
Right.
So I use athletics and education as actually a way of life. It is a way of life, and it's like, these are the things you want any person to exhibit in anything that they care about. So,
without doubt, I mean, and that's that's how we grew up, because we couldn't be late. I mean, we had to have a C or above. I mean, we had our coaches was for real, and to me, these coaches today are they're not meeting. They're not manning up. To me, I think they're afraid of the children. They're not manning up.
Well, if you create an environment where they feel safe, and for parents, they want that too. They want a place they feel safe and they feel valued. And like I was talking to this brother earlier about, like, there's some people are scared of success. If you give them opportunity to feel like, I'm not scared of my own destiny, and I'm not afraid that I'm inadequate, but they're powerful beyond measure. I think that you're going to have. We'll have a success story here in Omaha real soon. That's what I think.
Anything else before we get out of here? I know you're sleepy. I know you yawning and. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
But you've been up for 24 hours, 21 hours. So I want to make sure you're able to get back to the hotel.
Only thing I want to say is I do appreciate everybody and how the hospitality that I've been given since I've been here.
Okay.
And a lot of people have been reaching out to me, and your crew here, they made me feel really welcome. It was a great start to my trip here, and I feel very confident about what I'm doing. And I want to give a shout out to my Harlem Village Academy family. Thank you guys for letting me allow me to do what I do. And that school better still be running when I get back on Wednesday.
Without doubt, we're going to send you a link up there.
Okay.
You know, see, we see how we got bent up. We tall, man. We dunking on y'all team, man. We got hoopers out here in Nebraska. Y'all better bring y'all game up there in New York. Get y'all exits.
Hey, you guys are always invited, because I think it'd be good to correspond with each other.
Oh, heck yeah, without doubt.
Yes.
My man Jason Epting, principal of Harlem Village Academies in Harlem, New York City. Again, he's going to be doing a special presentation tomorrow at the Durham Museum, 801 South 10th Street. The doors open up at 6:30. He's showing a short film tomorrow that starts at 7 p.m., free admission. The film is called Uncharted Territories, a short film by Kelly Amos. Again, it's going to be at the Durham Museum tomorrow night, and it's free. Also, early tomorrow, if you want to go down to the state capitol, you can. It's a free bus that's leaving from Malcolm X Center at 11 o'clock, 3448 Evans Street. It returns at 4 o'clock. They're going to provide a free sack lunch. I want you to go down to the hearing, LB 972, to listen to the debate for charter schools here in Nebraska. As you know, our children are failing, and we got to have some other options and some diversity in our education. So it's very important that we do. You give out a number like Mike Jones? You got a contact number, or you got a email?
Actually, I have an email address. So anybody can email me if you have any questions, concerns. My email address is jepting. That's E-P as in Paul, T as in Tom, I-N-G, at harlemvillage.org. So if you have any questions or concerns, please email me. Just like every single one of my parents from the last 7 years I worked, they all have my phone number, they all have my email address, and they can contact me at any time. So I would love to offer that same thing up for anybody who has questions. Cool.
I want to give a shout out to my man Jason Epting, principal at the Harlem Village Academies. They're doing a thing, academically,
athletically too,
and athletically too.
Yes.
So
I'll say that.
Get it in tomorrow. Tomorrow it goes down tomorrow. Yes. Film Uncharted Territories. Doors open at 6:30. Film begins at 7 at the Durham Museum, 801 South 10th Street. If you want to go down to the hearing, to the actual live debate of LB 972, the charter school bill, you can leave Malcolm X Center at 11 o'clock. They're providing a lunch. Return here at 4 o'clock. All this is free. All this is free. Just want you to participate and changing the destiny of our children. It's up to us. I mean, we can't continue to depend on massa. I just went to 12 years a slave, so we got to get out of this mentality of always looking for a handout, and we got to start teaching people how to fish. That's the only way we're going to be out of this paradigm. Those are my comments. You listen to William King. We've been on 1690 AM The One. We coming into you guys at midnight. Shouts out to China, because I know we got some Ukraine, all the people over in Europe right now that's listening to us. We got a lot of people that's over in the other hemisphere, man. You know, check us out also. So any last parting words before you want to get out here, Jason?
Everybody just know that you're created for a purpose and destined for greatness. Just you need to figure out what your greatness is. So, let's go.
Well, I'm the greatest dunker in Nebraska history. What else am I great at?
Add to your list.
Right.
To your list. Just
I got to add it next year. I got to keep on putting work in. 1690 AM The One. We love y'all, so love yourself.
All right.
Peace.
See you tomorrow.
And you sound like hey, hey, looking up in the space. It's just me and my babe, and we feel so amazing.